The expression on the side of Jiro became very frightened. He knows what Charlie said, who those karate masters are. His brother Ichiro has always had a team of bodyguards, all of whom are Japanese karate masters. But their subsequent fate, he already knew. Yamamoto Kazuki didn't know this. He sneered and said, "Boy, what do you call Tai Chi and internal strength? Dare you compare it with karate? Tell you, karate is the most powerful fighting technique in the world. 1. It is 1,000 miles stronger than your kind of Tai Chi magical skill that is performed by actors." Charlie smiled and said, "Mr. Yamamoto, I'm not talented. I have learned a little bit of Tai Chi and internal strength. If you don't believe me, dare you stand here and stretch out your hands to take me with one palm?" Yamamoto Kazuki said arrogantly, "Why don't I dare? But if I hold you in the palm, I want you to kneel and say that Kung Fu is all rubbish, and you are the sick man of East Asia? Sick man of East Asia?" Hearing these 5 words, Charlie had a playful smile on his face. It seems that this Yamamoto Kazuki is really arrogant. However, he seems to have some misunderstanding about his own strength. With his kind of rubbish outsider, even if he has practiced his flesh skills to the extreme, he cannot be his opponent. Originally, it would be fine to despise the two, but he didn't expect this B at start to have no sportsmanship. It would be a bit hateful to even move out the words for the sick man of East Asia. So Charlie smiled slightly and said, "Since Mr. Yamamoto wants to play a little bit bigger, then we might as well put the bet even higher." Yamamoto Kazuki sneered and said, "No matter how much you play, I will stay with you to the end." For Yamamoto Kazuki, no matter how strong Charlie was, it was absolutely impossible to defeat himself with a single palm. So he made this bet with him: no matter how he bet, he will win. So he doesn't care about increasing the bet. Charlie smiled and said, "In this way, I am the most fair and principled person in doing things. Since you mentioned the words sick man in East Asia, I am the most disgusted with these words. Then we might as well make a bet. Whoever loses the bet, whoever wins, use a knife to engrave these characters on the forehead of the loser." Yamamoto Kazuki laughed loudly after hearing this. "Boy, I didn't want to have fun like this, but I didn't expect you to find death by yourself." Charlie smiled and said, "It doesn't matter whether you can find someone to die or not. Everyone comes out and mixes. Since I dare to say it, I can naturally afford it. Just tell me, dare you play?" Yamamoto Kazuki didn't expect Charlie to be so stubborn. He immediately sneered and said, "What can I not dare? So many people have witnessed that whoever is afraid is the real sick man of East Asia. Come on." Nanako hurriedly persuaded, "Second, a little thing, why bother so unpleasantly?" After speaking, she looked at Charlie and said seriously, "Gentlemen, my master has a bad temper. I apologize for him. He shouldn't mention those 4 words in front of you and hurt your emotions. I hope you don't mind." Yamamoto Kazuki shouted sternly, "Nanako, although you are the eldest lady of the Ito family, you do not need to intervene or allow you to intervene in the affairs of a teacher." Nanako was so scolded by him, and immediately bowed apologetically and said, "Master, I'm sorry." Yamamoto Kazuki ignored her. Instead, he looked at Charlie and said lightly, "Before we start, we have to make it clear how to win or lose." Charlie nodded. "It's very simple. I'll slap you. After that, as long as you can stand up, I lose." Yamamoto Kazuki thought to himself, "There are too many loopholes to take advantage of here. First of all, even if he hurts one leg with one palm, he can still stand on the other leg. Secondly, even if he hurt his 2 legs with one palm, he can stand up with his hands and climb other things. So, no matter how you play, you are a winner." So he said arrogantly, "If that's the case, then do what you said, let's do it." The corners of Charlie's mouth rose slightly. He didn't even need to make any preparations, he just slapped a soft palm at Kazuki Yamamoto. If you just look at the strength of his palm, people who don't know think he is going to give a friendly high five to Yamamoto Kazuki.